The Galactic Council chamber buzzes with quiet amusement. The elder races sit in their towering seats, eyes gleaming with condescension as they glance at the human representatives, standing before them, humanity, the newest and weakest addition to the interstellar stage, a species barely out of their home system, desperate for recognition, desperate for approval. The diplomats keep their expressions neutral. But they all know the truth. The Council does not respect them. They barely even acknowledge them. The proof lies in the so-called gift they have just been offered. A gesture of goodwill, the Zeller ambassador proclaims with a smile that barely hides his mockery, a show of trust and cooperation, a pile of decommissioned warship parts, outdated weaponry, and stripped-down hulls, left to rust in scrapyards across the galaxy. This is what they offer humanity, a joker test, to see if the young species knows its place. The council chambers erupt in murmurs, some delegates nodding in approval, others shaking their heads, as if this is a waste of time to even discuss. The humans should be grateful. They should bow and scrape for the scraps they are given the way lesser species always do. The lead human diplomat steps forward, his face betraying nothing, his voice steady as he thanks the council for their generosity. He does not react to the insult, he does not challenge their laughter. But deep inside, behind those calm eyes, something is burning, something they cannot see. And when the meeting ends, when humanity returns to its small, insignificant corner of the galaxy, the real work begins. Back on Earth, the engineers, the scientists, the mechanics stare at the massive piles of alien wreckage dumped in their shipyards, cracked hulls, shattered circuits, half-melted engines, technology considered obsolete by the elder races. But humanity does not see garbage. They see potential. The first weeks are spent studying every fragment, reverse engineering every component. The alien designs are sleek, efficient, predictable, designed by species that have spent millennia in complacency, without war, without challenge, without the desperate need to survive the way humans have. Humanity does not build for perfection, they build for adaptability, for chaos, for the unknown. Where the Council sees outdated tech, humanity sees an opportunity to break the rules, to experiment, to create something new. Teams work around the clock, stripping the alien ships down to their barest elements, analyzing how they function and, more importantly, how they can be improved. Earth has always been a world of scarcity, a world where survival meant making do with what was available. This is no different. The salvaged energy cores are unstable, prone to overheating, but human engineers rewire them, reinforce them, turn weaknesses into strengths. The alien weapons are sluggish, designed for long, drawn-out battles between predictable enemies. But humans are not predictable. They modify, they refine, they merge different systems into something the galaxy has never seen before. What rises from the scrapyards is unlike anything that has ever existed, a warship that is not bound by the traditions of the elder races. It is not sleek or elegant. It is brutal, sharp edges, overlapping armor plates, thick, powerful hull layers that can absorb impacts. No other ship could withstand it. Does not rely on shield technology alone. It carries redundant energy sources, fail-safes upon fail-safes, ensuring that even if one system fails, 10 more will keep it running. It is faster than it should be. It turns in ways that defy logic, that should tear it apart. But it does not, because human engineering is not about following rules, it is about rewriting them. They name it the Iron Will, not just a ship, but a statement, a challenge, a declaration to the galaxy that humanity does not kneel. They take what they are given, and they make it better. They take what is broken, and they forge it into something unstoppable. They take an insult, and they turn it into fear. And when the time comes, when the Council finally sees what humanity has created, it will be too late. Back on Earth, the scrapyards are alive with movement. Engineers weld sparks, fly circuits hum with renewed energy. The old rusted hulls have been stripped down piece by piece, analyzed and repurposed. Every broken weapon, every shattered engine, every outdated system is transformed. What the Galactic Council saw as useless, humanity sees as the foundation of something greater, something beyond their imagination. They do not simply rebuild these ships, they create something new, something powerful, something the galaxy has never seen before. In a massive underground facility, the prototype nears completion. The Iron Will, a name that carries the weight of every insult, every doubt, every dismissal. Humanity has endured. Its structure is unlike any ship the Council has ever produced. Thick overlapping armor plates form an unbreakable shell, reinforced with layers of experimental composite materials scavenged from wreckage across the galaxy. The hull is deliberately imperfect, asymmetric, designed to disperse impact and kinetic force in ways no alien ship could understand. The engines roar with an energy signature that flickers unpredictably between power levels, masking its true capabilities. Its propulsion system is a hybrid mix of salvaged alien drives and human ingenuity, giving it speed and maneuverability that defies logic. Inside the ship, the bridge is a masterpiece of function over form. Holographic displays hover in midair, powered by an adaptive AI that learns and adjusts in real time. Every station is reinforced with redundant controls, allowing crew members to take over in an instant. If one system fails, another immediately compensates. This is not a ship built for luxury or comfort. This is a ship built for war, for survival, for proving a point to a galaxy that has mocked humanity for too long. Deep within the weapons bay, the true genius of human engineering is revealed. The salvaged alien weaponry has been stripped of its limitations, retrofitted with human modifications to increase efficiency, power, and fire rate. Old energy cannons have been rebuilt with adaptive charge levels capable of overwhelming enemy shields in unpredictable patterns. Railguns, designed for planetary defense, have been mounted onto the hull, capable of punching through capital ships with ease. Missile pods, scavenged from decommissioned warships, have been reprogrammed with human targeting AI capable of adjusting mid-flight to bypass countermeasures. The Iron Will is not just a warship, it is a weapon of absolute destruction. The crew is hand-picked, the best of the best pilots, tacticians, engineers, all of them chosen not just for their skills, but for their mindset. They understand what this ship represents, what it means for humanity. They know they are about to change everything. They run drills, testing the ship, pushing it to its limits, and every time it surpasses expectations, it moves faster, hits harder, reacts quicker than anything should be able to. The Council would never understand this level of unpredictability because they have never had to fight for their place in the universe the way humanity has. Then the call comes in, a distress signal from a human colony on the edge of Council space. The Sailor, a race that has always looked down on humanity as insignificant, have sent a fleet not for diplomacy, but for conquest. The Council does nothing. They sit in their ivory towers, watching, waiting, assuming humanity will fall without the help. But humanity does not beg, and they do not wait for permission. The Iron Will is ready. The order is given. Engines ignite, thrusters flare. The massive ship lifts from its hidden construction bay and surges into the sky faster than anything its size has any right to be. For the first time, humanity is not playing by the rules. For the first time, they are not on the defensive. They are taking the fight to the enemy, and the galaxy is about to witness what happens when humans are pushed too far. The Iron Will tears through space like a predator, loosed from its cage. The engines roar, burning hotter than any alien ship could withstand. The hull hums, with power layers of armor shielding adaptive plating, making it look less like a ship and more like an unstoppable force in motion. The crew moves with precision, every station manned, every system optimized, every calculation made in real time by the ship's AI. This is not just a warship. This is the future of human warfare, and its first test has arrived. The colony is under siege. Stellar warships surround the planet, her sleek vessels hovering in perfect formation, their arrogance on full display as they bombard the surface methodically, systematically. They do not fear retaliation because they believe humanity is too weak, too disorganized, too primitive to challenge them. They believe wrong. The Iron Will drops out of warp behind the enemy fleet, its arrival a silent declaration of war. For a moment, the Stellar hesitate. Their scanners register the ship, but do not recognize it. They see no Council designations, no known signatures, just an anomaly, a single human vessel where none should be. Then the Iron Will moves. Its thrusters ignite, hurling it forward faster than the enemy expects. Its weapon systems flare to life, missiles, railguns, energy cannons, all firing in perfect synchronization. The first Stellar cruiser doesn't even have time to raise shields before it is torn apart by kinetic rounds, the hull shattering in an instant. Debris spirals outwards, slamming into the ship's nearby. Panic ripples through the fleet. They do not understand what they are facing. This was supposed to be an easy conquest, but now they are being hunted. The Xella scramble to respond. Their fleet begins to shift into a defensive formation, their ships repositioning. But the Iron Will does not fight like they do. It does not wait. It does not hesitate. It does not fall into the predictable patterns they expect. Instead, it moves erratically, unpredictably, weaving between their lines, evading their tracking systems, cutting through their ranks like a blade through soft flesh. An enemy destroyer locks onto the Iron Will, its cannons charging, its weapons primed. But before it can fire, the Iron Will's eye calculates the trajectory, the timing, the angle. The ship rolls sideways, launching a spread of missiles, not at the destroyer itself, but at the wreckage of the ship. It just destroyed. The debris explodes, sending shards of metal and burning fragments into the destroyer's hull, puncturing its armor from multiple angles, rupturing its core. The ship detonates in a fireball, taking 2 nearby frigates with it. The Xello commanders are screaming orders, trying to adapt, trying to analyze the situation, but they cannot. They are used to enemies that fight the way the Council does, with slow strategic positioning and careful engagements. But humanity does not fight like that. Humanity fights like cornered animals, like survivors, like a species that has spent its entire existence clawing its way to dominance against impossible odds. One by one, the Xella ships fall, their shields useless against the relentless assault, their hulls cracking under the force of human firepower. Escape pods launch, desperate pilots fleeing into the void, hoping for rescue. But the Iron Will does not stop. It does not relent. It does not show mercy. It was built from scraps and forged in defiance, and now it is proving a point to the entire galaxy. Within minutes, the last Xella ship is nothing more than drifting wreckage. The colony below is safe, the distress signals silenced, replaced by stunned transmissions from the survivors trying to comprehend what just happened. The Iron Will stands alone among the debris, its hull scorched, its weapons still glowing with residual heat, but it is untouched, unbroken, victorious. And this is only the beginning. The galaxy watches in stunned silence. The Xella fleet was not just defeated, it was annihilated. 50 warships reduced to drifting debris by a single human vessel, something that should have been impossible, something that should not exist. And yet here it is, floating among the wreckage, untouched, its hull dark and imposing, its weapons still hot from the massacre. The news spreads faster than light. Council channels flooded with reports, grainy footage of the battle captured from the few surviving escape pods, blurry images of the Iron Will moving like no warship has ever moved, striking with impossible precision, leaving nothing but destruction in its wake. Theories, speculation, fear. The Council convenes in emergency session, their voices raised in disbelief, in anger, in panic. Because this was not supposed to happen. Humanity was supposed to be weak, to be manageable, to be grateful for the scraps they were given. Instead, they have built something monstrous, something beyond the control of the elder races, and now the balance of power is shifting. They demand explanations. Humanity provides none. They demand accountability. Humanity remains silent. The Xello call for immediate retaliation, for war, for retribution against this upstart species that has dared to challenge their dominance. But the Council hesitates. They have seen the footage, they have seen what the Iron Will is capable of, and they know the truth. If a single human warship can do this, what else have they built in secret? What else is waiting in the dark corners of their system? On Earth, the leaders of the project stand before the assembled military high command. Their faces are grim, their voices steady. The Iron Will has proven itself. But this is only the first step. Humanity has been underestimated, ignored, dismissed for too long, and now they have a choice: remain in the shadows, keep their heads down, and hope the Council does not strike first, or step forward and show the galaxy that humanity will not kneel. The decision is made. Production begins in secret. More ships, more weapons, more innovations. The Iron Will was built from discarded parts, from wreckage and salvage. But the next ships will not be bound by those limitations. They will be built with purpose, with intent, with the singular goal of ensuring that humanity never has to beg for a seat at the table again. But the Council does not wait long. A fleet arrives in human space, a show of force 200 ships from multiple races, a warning, a threat. Their message is clear: dismantle the Iron, will submit to Council oversight, return to their place as a minor species, or face the consequences. Humanity does not flinch. The Iron will launches alone once again, its engines burning bright. As it accelerates toward the Armada, its captain speaks a single message broadcast across every frequency: we are not afraid. The battle begins. The Council ships move in formation, disciplined, practice their weapon systems, coordinated their shields, overlapping a wall of fire and steel, an impenetrable defense against any known threat. But the Iron Will is not a known threat. It is something new, something designed to break expectations, to shatter conventions, to win battles before they even begin. It moves with impossible speed, darting between enemy lines, striking at weak points before defenses can adjust, weapons cycling faster than their sensors can track. Every time they think they have it surrounded, it slips through their grasp, leaving only destruction in its wake. Capital ships explode in bursts of fire, and metal frigates break apart as kinetic rounds tear through their hulls. Carriers try to retreat, but the Iron Will is faster, always faster. Within hours, half the fleet is gone, the rest scattering, fleeing. The Iron Will does not pursue, it does not need to. The message has been sent, the war has already begun, and humanity is not the ones who should be afraid. The Council is in chaos, their grand fleet shattered, their strongest warships reduced to wreckage, drifting in the void. Never before has a single vessel stood against such overwhelming odds and emerged not just victorious, but untouched. The Iron Will is not just a weapon, it is a statement, a declaration that humanity is no longer beneath them, no longer at their mercy, no longer something to be dismissed. Across the galaxy, the ripples spread. Lesser races who have suffered under the rule of the elder species watch in stunned silence, some in secret hope, some in open terror. The Xellar are the loudest in their rage, calling for immediate retaliation, for the complete eradication of humanity before they become unstoppable. But the other Council races hesitate. They have seen what the Iron Will is capable of, and they know it is only the beginning. If humanity could build such a ship from nothing, what else have they created? What else is waiting in the dark corners of their space? On Earth, the shipyards work without rest. More ships rise from the assembly lines, no longer built from scrap, no longer made from salvaged wreckage. These new warships are designed from the ground up, engineered with the lessons learned from the Iron Will, faster, stronger, deadlier, and most importantly, unpredictable. The Council has spent centuries fighting each other, refining their tactics to face threats they understand. But humanity fights differently. They do not follow patterns, they do not adhere to tradition, they build to win at any cost. The Council sends emissaries demanding negotiations. Humanity listens, but does not agree. They are done bowing, done pleading, done waiting for permission to exist. The Iron Will stands as proof of what they can do, and soon it will not stand alone. The new fleet nears completion, hidden in deep space, in secret facilities across the system. Each warship, an evolution of the last, each one designed to counter everything the Council has relied on for control. Then the attack comes. The Xellar do not wait for permission, do not care for Council hesitation. They strike without warning, a fleet of 100 warships, launching a full invasion of human space. Their goal is clear. They do not come to conquer, they come to exterminate. Their arrogance blinds them. They believe they are still facing the same weak species they mocked in the Council chambers. They believe the Iron Will was a fluke, a single anomaly that can be erased. They are wrong. The moment they cross into human territory, their ships are marked, tracked, analyzed before they even reach their first target. Their weaknesses have been identified, their tactics predicted. The Iron Will launches first alone, once again the vanguard of humanity. But this time it is not alone. Behind it, the first wave of the new fleet rises from the darkness, silent, deadly, waiting for the order to strike. The Xellar charge forward, weapons hot, shields raised, formations perfect, their confidence unwavering. Then the Iron Will moves faster than any warship should be able to, faster than any sensor can fully track. The first Xellar battleship locks weapons, but before it can fire, it is gone, torn apart by a railgun shot so precise, so devastating, that it never even had time to reinforce its shields. The fleet hesitates. For the first time in their long history, they feel something unfamiliar, something alien to them, fear. Then the rest of the human fleet arrives, no warning, no mercy, no hesitation. The battle is over before it even begins. The Stellar fleet is shattered before they even have a chance to retaliate, their warships torn apart by the relentless assault of humanity's new fleet. The Iron Wall moves through the wreckage like a grim reaper, each shot from its weapons, carving a path of destruction through the Stellar forces. The other ships in the human fleet follow suit, their movements calculated and precise, their weapons firing in perfect synchronization to strike at weak points in the Stellar ships. The alien forces are helpless against the overwhelming speed and power of the human assault. Within hours, the Stellar are broken, their fleet scattered, their command structure crumbling. The few remaining ships attempt to flee, but it is too late. The human fleet is already in pursuit, their weapons blazing as they tear through the Stellar's defenses, one ship at a time. The Stellar commanders scream into the void, sending desperate calls for reinforcements. But none come. The Council remains silent as their once mighty allies are swept from the stars. On Earth, the victory is met with a mix of triumph and unease. Humanity has proven itself to the galaxy, but they know this is just the beginning. The Council will not let this defeat slide without repercussions, and other races will begin to take notice. They have been ignored for far too long, and now humanity stands at the precipice of something larger than they could have ever imagined. The next few weeks are filled with frantic preparations. The human fleet expands, ships continue to be built faster, stronger, more advanced with every passing day, each vessel an extension of the Iron, with each one a step closer to the inevitable confrontation with the galaxy's most powerful forces. The Council finally moves. Their fleet is massive and overwhelming, their ships a testament to the power they have held over the galaxy for centuries. But their arrogance is their weakness. They believe that sheer numbers will be enough to break humanity's resolve. They think that a few hundred ships can intimidate the human forces. But they are wrong. They do not understand that humanity does not fear them. Humanity has already proven it can stand against them. And when the human fleet makes its way into Council space, an unstoppable force descending on the heart of the galaxy, humanity is no longer the weak race that begged for scraps. They are the storm that will tear through everything in their path. They are the reckoning that will bring the Council to its knees. The first engagement is brutal. The Council fleet meets the human forces head on, their ships clustered together in tight formations, prepared for a battle of attrition. They believe their experience will give them the advantage, but they have underestimated the ingenuity of humanity. The Iron Wall moves through the battlefield like a shadow, striking with deadly precision its weapons, carving through the Council ships in mere moments. The human fleet adapts on the fly, adjusting their strategies in real time to counter every move the Council makes. The Council fleet is pushed back, their formation breaking apart as human ships swarm through their lines with terrifying speed. The battle rages on, but it is clear the outcome is inevitable. Humanity's resolve is unshakable, their tactics flawless, their ships invincible. The Council's forces fall one by one, unable to keep up with the relentless assault. Their fleets scattered, their command structure in chaos. They cannot withstand the fury of a species that has nothing left to lose. The message is clear: humanity is here, and they are not going anywhere. The Council is no longer the ruler of the galaxy. Humanity has claimed its place among the stars, and it will not be taken from them. The Council is broken, and the galaxy will never be the same again. The galaxy is still in shock. The Council is in ruins. The once mighty powers of the elder races, shattered by the unrelenting force of humanity's war machine ships, drift in the void, broken and scorched, their former glory. Now nothing but ashes and twisted metal. The Council's leaders are in hiding, scrambling to regroup, trying to find a way to hold on to what little power they have left. But they know it is futile. Humanity's victory is total and irreversible. The balance of power has been forever altered. On Earth, humanity celebrates their triumph, but there is no joy in the victory, only a cold resolve. They have proven themselves. But they know that this is not the end. They have made powerful enemies who will not rest until they have regained control of the galaxy. Humanity has shown it can defeat the most powerful fleets in the galaxy, but it has also shown the galaxy just how dangerous it is to underestimate them. The human fleet continues to expand the Iron Will is no longer the only ship of its kind. The next generation of warships has already been built faster, stronger, more deadly than before, each ship a reminder to the galaxy of what humanity is capable of, and a warning to those who would dare challenge them. Humanity has learned the harsh lessons of survival, and now it is the galaxy that will learn those same lessons. But even as humanity strengthens its grip on the stars, there are whispers in the darkness. Other races watch and wait. They know that the Council may have fallen, but that does not mean the fight is over. The elder races have their own alliances, their own hidden agendas, and they will not allow a species like humanity to rise unchecked. The Tzella are not done with humanity. They retreat to their borders, licking their wounds, but their hatred burns brighter than ever. They will return for revenge. They will not forget the humiliation they have suffered, and they will come back with a vengeance. Their ships will be rebuilt, and their war machines will be more advanced than before. They will come to reclaim their honor and to crush the humans beneath their heel. But humanity is ready. The Iron Will and its sister ships are only the beginning. They have developed new technologies faster than any other species in the galaxy. The weapons they have built are unlike anything the Council or the Tzella have ever seen, and the human resolve is even stronger than before. The battle for the galaxy is not over. It is only beginning. The Council is no longer the rulers of the stars. Humanity has taken their place. But the galaxy is a vast and dangerous place, full of enemies old and new lurking in the shadows, waiting for their chance to strike. Humanity's victory has drawn the attention of every race in the galaxy, some who see them as a threat and some who see them as a potential ally. The human fleet is growing stronger by the day, but it is not just their ships that make them a force to be reckoned with. It is their unity, their will to survive, their determination to defend what they have earned. The elder races may have been powerful, but they were complacent. They believed themselves untouchable. They never understood the strength of humanity's spirit, the desire to fight not just for survival, but for victory. Humanity has proven that they will stop at nothing to achieve their goals, and no matter how many times they are knocked down, they will rise again stronger than before. The galaxy has been warned. Humanity is not to be trifled with. They will not be defeated. They will not bow to anyone, and they will never stop fighting for their place among the stars. The galaxy has felt the weight of humanity's rise, and now it trembles under the thought of what comes next. The Council may be in disarray, but the elder races have not forgotten their power. They know humanity is a threat, one they must eliminate before it grows beyond their control. They have regrouped, formed new alliances, and forged weapons designed specifically to counter humanity's strength. Their fleets are massive, their war machines terrifying, but they will not come for humanity with conventional force. They have learned the hard way that brute strength is not enough against a species willing to fight for survival. Against a species that does not follow the rules, they will need to adapt or risk total annihilation. On Earth, the mood is somber. The victory over the Council has brought a newfound respect from some races, but also a heightened level of suspicion from others. Humanity knows they have entered the next stage of the war, the one where survival is no longer guaranteed. The stakes have never been higher. The fleet continues to grow, but so does the opposition. Their enemies are now working together, pooling their resources, their technology, their knowledge. The galaxy is no longer a place of singular power, but a field of shifting alliances and dangerous rivalries. Humanity has become the center of this new conflict, and its future remains uncertain. The new human fleet is designed to counter the growing threats. Each ship is an evolution of the Iron Will, faster, stronger, and more unpredictable than anything the galaxy has ever seen. The crews have been trained to perfection. Each pilot, each engineer, each tactician has been forged in the fires of battle. They know what they are up against, and they know the price of failure. They are no longer the underdogs. They are a force to be reckoned with, and they will not allow their hard-won victory to slip through their fingers. The enemy fleets grow bolder now. They strike without warning, their ships massive and heavily armored, designed to crush humanity in a single strike. They know they cannot beat humanity in open combat, but they believe they can force them into submission with overwhelming numbers. They will come at humanity from all sides, but they will not succeed. The human fleet moves swiftly, always adapting, always staying one step ahead. The tactics they employ are unlike anything the galaxy has ever seen. Their ships dance through the stars not as individual entities, but as a single organism working in perfect harmony, each move calculated, each strike inevitable. The first engagement is a bloodbath. The enemy fleet charges into human space expecting an easy victory, but they are met with a wall of destruction. Humanity's ships weave through their ranks, tearing apart the enemy formation with ruthless efficiency. They attack from every direction, their weapons firing in perfect unison, taking out entire sections of the enemy fleet. In minutes, the enemy tries to regroup, but they cannot keep up with humanity's speed. Their ships are too slow, too predictable. The human fleet dances around them, taking out one ship after another, until the remnants of the enemy fleet are scattered and broken. The message is clear. Once again, humanity has proven it is not to be underestimated. The elder races may have their strength, their numbers, and their ancient technologies, but they do not have the one thing. Humanity has the will to fight for what is rightfully theirs. Humanity has shown that it will never back down, it will never bow to anyone, and it will fight to the very end to protect its place in the galaxy. But the war is not over yet. Humanity's enemies regroup, and they plan their next move, but humanity has learned their lesson. They know that they cannot rest, they must stay vigilant, they must be prepared for the next strike, because the galaxy is full of enemies, lurking in the shadows, waiting for their chance to strike. Humanity will face many more battles, but it is no longer a species that needs to prove itself. It is a species that will never stop fighting for its place in the stars. The final confrontation has arrived. Humanity's enemies have united in their last-ditch effort to wipe them from the stars. They have pooled their resources, gathered their fleets, their secret weapons, and their ancient war machines, and they strike with all their might. They believe this will be the end of humanity's rise, the end of the war, but they have made a fatal miscalculation. They believe that humanity is just a momentary flash in the dark, a brief anomaly that can be erased. But they do not understand the core of what makes humanity so dangerous, the one thing that has driven them from the depths of the earth to the stars: their refusal to yield, their refusal to give up. The enemy fleet is vast, a wall of ships stretching across the galaxy. Their weapons are powerful, their defenses impenetrable, but they do not realize that they are fighting a force that will not be crushed. The human fleet moves in unison, a single organism made of countless ships, each one moving with purpose, each one coordinated with the others in a way that the galaxy has never seen before. Their weapons strike with deadly precision, their tactics flawless, their speed unmatched. The first wave of enemy ships charges forward, expecting to overwhelm the humans with sheer numbers, but the human fleet is waiting. Their weapons fire in perfect harmony, tearing through the enemy lines. Their railguns shatter ships, their missiles explode in flashes of brilliant light, their energy weapons cut through shields and armor like they are paper. The enemy struggles to regroup, but every attempt to reorganize is met with more destruction. Humanity is relentless. They do not give their enemies a moment to breathe. The battle is fierce, the two fleets locked in a deadly dance across the stars, but it is clear that humanity has the advantage. Their ships are faster, more maneuverable, their weapons more deadly, and their tactics are unpredictable. The enemy cannot keep up with them, and as the battle rages on, the tide turns in humanity's favor. The enemy commanders scramble to adjust their strategies, but it is too late. The human fleet moves like lightning, their ships attacking from every angle, striking when the enemy least expects it. And as the last of the enemy fleet is broken apart, the message is clear: humanity has won once again. They have proven that they will never be defeated. They have shown the galaxy that they are not to be underestimated, and that they will stop at nothing to defend their place in the stars. As the last of the enemy ships drift into nothingness, humanity stands victorious. The galaxy has witnessed their rise from nothing to something unstoppable. The elder races are shattered, their fleets destroyed, their power broken, and humanity is now the undisputed force in the galaxy. The message spreads like wildfire across the stars. No one will forget the lesson humanity has taught them. They have proven that they will not bow, they will not break, they will not be crushed beneath the weight of their enemies. Humanity is here to stay, and no one will ever make the mistake of underestimating them again. But as humanity celebrates their victory, the leaders of the human fleet know the galaxy is not a place of peace. It is a place of endless conflict and ambition. New threats will emerge, new challenges will come, but humanity is ready. They will face whatever comes next with the same determination that carried them this far. They will fight for their place among the stars, and they will never stop until they have claimed their rightful place as the most powerful species in the galaxy.